Good morning, Dons and Dust. My name is everyone episode of ReCore on DayBreakSnake. And, yeah. I haven't played this game in a while. Let's move my microphone closer away from the controller. And that was a hiccup. Great. Off to a great start with the recording. Alright. Off to a great start with the recording. But, yeah, sorry if the last video was lackluster. There we go, that switches on. Hello. What? Don't I was sick. I was sick yesterday. So yeah, that's why my recording was really active. So yeah. Ah, crud. Alright, I'm out. Peace. Bye. Goodbye. So long. No. Great start! Off to recording. I could just retcon that. Should I retcon it? I'm gonna take a drink of water and retcon, and maybe retcon it. Whoa. Oh yeah, this loading screen's gonna be for another 5 minutes, so if I didn't retcon it, jump cut now, future me. And we're back. We've welcome back. I'm not retconning that. I'm just gonna edit out the loading screen because it's not worth dealing with that, you know? Alright, but welcome back. And you know what I've learned? What did you learn, Daybreak? What I learned was, what I do when I'm sick is I play Nintendo games, because they make me feel better. Thank you, Nintendo. But what Nintendo game did I play? I played Super Mario Galaxy, and if you follow me on Twitter, you would be able to see that I was playing that. It was... Why did I go through this giant door? I don't know. It's not the objective. I don't know. So I'm playing for Super Mario Galaxy again, because I played it... I'm a big old dumb. Alright, so I'm a big old dumb. Was not supposed to go through there, but that's fine. And, it's all good. And everything's gonna turn out great and wonderful and happy. Because reasons. But yeah, I was playing Super Mario Galaxy, and I'm just gonna retcon all of this loading screen. Retcon, that's not the right word. What am I trying to say? I'm gonna edit out. Or maybe not. I don't know. But, so I'm playing Super Mario Galaxy and playing that again, and I've never been like, up until the most recent, ever since the most recent, Ratchet and Clank game. There we go, 2016 Ratchet and Clank, the movie. Ever since that came out, and I 100% completed that. I've been wanting to complete more games. So Super Mario Galaxy is, I've learned I don't like completing games where it's like Devil May Cry. I don't like that. I like games that are like, as people have dubbed them, I'm not sure if this is the correct term, collectathons. I like collectathons. I do. I like games where it's like you gotta go to all these different locations and find all the golden bolts. You have to beat all the racing games. You gotta do this and that. You have to go get the grand stars. You have to free Luigi. You have to get all the blue stars, red stars. You gotta get all the purple coins. Like all that sort of stuff I like doing. I like collecting things. I don't like playing games where it's like, hey, you wanted to 100% complete this game? Go play online multiplayer and headshot 5 people. I don't like that. I don't get the same sense of accomplishment. I got the sense of accomplishment from Ratchet and Clank. You get the Groovitron and you throw it on every single enemy. And you can't do it on your first playthrough. You have to do it on your second playthrough because you don't have the Groovitron until a certain point in the game. So you're not going to be able to use it on any of the enemies you first encounter. So I had to play through that game twice to get that. And it was worth it. It was an amazing experience. And then after I was finished, I was like, wow, I honestly could go back and complete that entire game again. Not anytime soon, may I just say, not anytime soon. But that's definitely like 10 years down the line. That's gonna be on Timeless Tuesdays. And yes, I know, I realize it just said 10 years down the line. If YouTube still exists, hey, and I'm still doing it, hey. That'll definitely be on Sandless Tuesdays, because that was, like, during the summer, I'm like, I'm bored. No one's online. No one's like, no one has the same schedule, so we can play zombies. What am I gonna do? And then I'm just like, well, Ratchet and Clank came out, and I saw the movie, and I loved the movie. And let me just say, that was my first ever Ratchet and Clank game. So, for my first game being like the reboots, it's the same thing that happened with me with Devil May Cry, where I had never played a Devil May Cry, and then I played DMC, and then I realized, oh, you're nothing like the other Devil May Cry games. But having that be my first game in the series, I think is definitely a good starting point, because it's a whole new, like, they can do so much with that world now, in my opinion. They had done so much with, like, I looked at, like, seeing, like, how many games there were in the Ratchet and Clank series. You have Ratchet and Clank, the original series, and then you have Ratchet and Clank Future. And they seem to have done everything they could do. They told the story they needed to tell, but, like, me as a person, I'm just like, well, I never got into Ratchet and Clank. I'll never, like, whenever a new one comes out, I have too many games to catch up on in the series that I'm not really going to be that interested in it. And then this game shows up, and it's like, hey, we rebooted the entire series. You can basically play from the beginning, but not really. But sorta. And I like that. I like when games, I like reboots. Whoa. I like reboots. I've never had a problem with a reboot. I get they don't need to exist, because, like, you have the original game, but I feel like for me, and for a lot of people, the original game's like Devil May Cry. The original Devil May Cry was, like, so old at the point where I'm like, Devil May Cry, what's that? Like, honestly, I was like, what's Devil May Cry? And, then DMC came out, and, like, that blew up with people both loving and hating it, and I'm like, this game looks awesome. You get to play as this awesome looking guy, you got this awesome jacket, sword, /scythe, /gauntlet thing. No, not gauntlets. You don't have, gauntlets are in the first game. / like weird axe. Oh, it's sword, scythe, axe. I don't remember the names, but Osiris. Osiris was the name of the one. I know that because it's I know my Egyptian mythology. I do, for some reason. Blame the Kane Chronicles. I blame the Kane Chronicles. But yeah, I don't have a problem with, like, people are like, just make original ideas. I do agree with the whole make original ideas, but, like, at a certain point, when something's so old, I feel like you can remake it. Because a lot of people are going to be like, why would I want to play this outdated game? Or, don't remake it. Actually, no, I prefer remakes to remasters. Actually, I feel like it depends on the game. Like, I'm so glad that they made a BioShock collection, because going back and playing BioShock, whoo, that's amazing fun. And people who previously, like, didn't really want to play BioShock, and they're like, well, I don't have a PS3, I have a PS4, or I have an Xbox One. Now they can be like, yeah, they have no excuse not to play one of, in my opinion, one of the best games of all time, BioShock. Or at least one of my personal favorite games of all time. And I feel like that's a really good thing about remasters, is that people get to experience a game that they may have not been able to experience otherwise. But a bad thing about remasters is the fact that, like, people are like, why do I want to repurchase the same game I just got? Like, I don't understand remaking The Last of Us. The Last of Us I didn't understand. I understand, like, how iconic it was and everything, but I understand how iconic The Last of Us was and everything, and, like, people thought of it as a work of art, which I've never. That may be on what I play Wednesdays, because it's not my style of game. It's not my style of game. I'm not into stealthy games. I'm into games like collectathons, shoot 'em ups, Devil May Cry. Games where it's like the most stealthy game that I've played is like Skyrim, when it's like sneak into this place and kill this guy. That's about it. Not even joking. I'm not a stealth game person. I'm really not. But
Another crawler? I thought this zone was off limits.
So, but yeah. So I do like the story of The Last of Us. I've seen like parts of the story, and I'm like, this is a really touching story. It seems, but it wasn't my type of game. And if you're trying to get me to buy a game or play a game, I've got to have the gameplay has to be there as much as the story, which is the reason. Which is like a discussion that like I've seen brought up sometimes. I've seen people make fun of it, like for April Fool's things. They're like, gameplay or story, and like they went over like this like little thing, and then immediately like abandoned the entire thing. I'm talking about Pro Jared's video. If anyone knows what I'm talking about.
Here?
Oh, look how awesome Mac looks. But hello, whoa.
Look at this. Victor. He did something to the core bots. And then he ordered them to attack the crawlers? Why would he do that?
'Cause he's evil?
They cracked the tube. And then he never woke up.
Hello.
Both of you, wait! You drew that, didn't you? This is your crawler. Your companion inside the tube.
No.
Victor attacked the
Duncan. I like Duncan.
But you couldn't stop him on your own.
No. Oh, I should be Duncan. No.
Victor hurt my friend too. His name is Kai. What's your name?
That was the most like.
Duncan. I'm Jewel. This is Mac and Seth. No, they're not with Victor. They're with me. We're going to the E-Tower to stop Victor and save Far Eden. Will you help us?
Are you with me? Aw, dude.
Good.
That's gonna be fist bump us. Boom.
And I know the first thing you can do.
Ah, look at him! New companion, Corbett Duncan joined. Duncan joined you. Nice. But, what was I talking about? Remasters? The Last of Us? I think it was Remasters. I think I'm still talking about Remasters. Oh, no, I was talking about gameplay versus story. I'm always a very... Oh, who do I want on my crew? Seth and Duncan, Mac and Duncan. Do I want Mac or Seth? You gotta have Mac. But what can he do other than dig? Yeah. Mac can't do anything other than dig in the ground and, like, give us little objects that I can see and then come back later and grab. So, I'm sorry, Mac, I'm abandoning you, and I'm taking Seth with me. Seth and Duncan. I don't know what Duncan can do, but Seth can, like, help me traverse objects. Which helps me get around. You don't really help me get around. But gameplay versus story, I'm all, like... I know people who are like, I don't really care about the story, I just like the way it plays. I just like playing the game. And I'm always like, I prefer there to be a good story. I like having a good story in games. That's what makes everything worthwhile for me. I don't like it when it's just like, hey, we slapped together a story and we have fantastic gameplay. We have great gameplay. Like Destiny. I'll kind of go with that. I honestly do. I like the gameplay of Destiny. I like the way, I like the abilities and such. I like I like the gameplay. I play from what I've played and from what I've seen. The gameplay is cool.
These frames were built for demolition, right, Duncan? Well, let's smash some stuff.
Yeah, let's smash some stuff. All right, where are we going? But you have to have a good story to get me to enjoy your game. That's always my thing. Like, I need story as well as gameplay, and that's why I like people I've heard people complain about Kingdom Hearts 1's camera, like just making it so they can't play the game. And I'm like, I don't have that problem because I don't focus on like I don't ever think when I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm not thinking about the camera. I'm thinking about like, okay, what happened? Okay, we're going to Traverse now. All right, okay, cool. Okay, now we gotta take down this person. All right, Sephiroth, I hate your guts. Those are things I'm thinking about when I'm playing Kingdom Hearts. I'm not thinking about, oh gosh, this camera's awful. The camera's the worst. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about the gameplay, not the gameplay, the story. So I'm usually a story person rather than a gameplay person, but I can't. When your game focuses heavily on mechanics that don't interest me, like The Last of Us, it's a very heavily stealth-based game. In like the whole idea of like you have to hide from the clickers and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, I don't like doing that. I don't like dealing with it. It's just it's the reason I don't like oh, I got a health booster, nice. It's the reason I don't like BioShock Burial at Sea Episode 2. I love the story of it. I love the story of Burial at Sea Episode 2, but I don't like the gameplay. The gameplay, to me, BioShock's always been, you can play however you want. You're gonna get to the same place as like almost everyone else, but you can play however you want. I'm so used to that idea in BioShock that they put you in BioShock Burial at Sea Episode 2, and it felt very stealthy. It felt like, oh, you need to sneak by these people, otherwise you will die. You will die. Whereas Bioshock 1, I was just like, I'm going to charge in with a machine gun. I'm going to charge in with a shotgun. I'm going to be stealthy. I'm going to sneak around. You could choose. Bioshock Burial at Sea Episode 2 felt like they took away the choice.
January 2084. Those mandate fools. The data package they sent didn't just affect the core bots. It modified the prime core as well. When I asked them why, they refused to answer. They said they accused me of overstepping my authority when I chose not to wake the other crews. When I explained why, they questioned my judgment. The same idiots who might have disabled every core bot on this planet and the entire terraforming system question my judgment? I refuse to accept any more of their transmissions until I can be sure they aren't hiding something else. And if they want to insult me with more accusations, they can do it face to face when they reach Far East. For the next 5 years, I am still the leader of this project, and I will do whatever is necessary to protect it.
What? Wait, what killed you? Oh. You're level 18. Sup? Oh, you're purple now. Die. Shield break. Aw, come on, man. You gotta sick your wolves on me. I would have been fine just dealing with you. No. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, Bioshock Burial at Sea Episode 2. I love the story of it, but I can't. Bioshock's always been a game, at least in my eyes, it's always been a game where it's like, you can approach this however you want. And then Burial at Sea Episode 2 sort of said, yeah, you gotta do this. And I'm like, but you just said throughout like all the other games, even the main story of Bioshock Bioshock Infinite and Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea Episode 1, you basically told me, yeah, you can do whatever you want, you're good. And then they just sort of changed the rules, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I've always been a story person rather than a gameplay person, which is the reason like why I'll read super in-depth descriptions of what happened in the story, even if I don't play the game. And that's because I'm interested in the story. I'm genuinely interested in what happens and everything, but I can't either. It's not my type of game, one, or two. I'm basically like I can't play this. I can't play this game. It is the worst. Which I've had games like that. I've had games where I'm like, this is the worst game I've ever played. Where's Duncan? Oh, I guess there he is. All right. There are games that are, I just can't get behind. One, because the story's bad, and two, because I'm not into, like, the gameplay. There haven't just been games where I'm like, oh, this gameplay is too annoying, I can't deal with it. My first ever Final Fantasy game was Final Fantasy 13. I'm gonna let that sink in. My first ever Final Fantasy game was Final Fantasy 13. I had no idea there were better Final Fantasy games than that. I'm like, this is the new Final Fantasy game, I guess. And I just didn't... I made it, like... I think, like, halfway through the game, and I'm like, I can't play this anymore. I can't. It's boring. I don't like the characters. Lightning doesn't seem to have a personality. I don't get it. I don't get why people like this series. And only later did I find out, oh, everyone hates this game. Like, I didn't realize that for, like, the longest time. I'm like, Final Fantasy 13 is bad. Final Fantasy series is bad. Like, that was what went through my head. The Final Fantasy series is bad. Because I played one game in the series that was terrible.
Look at this place. No wonder.
And from what I've seen, that's the general consensus of everybody. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 is the worst.
Better keep an eye out for storms.
And I'm left thinking like, oh, okay, well, at least I didn't just like, I'm not one of like the few people who just didn't get Final Fantasy, because that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. I thought I just didn't get Final Fantasy. I thought I just didn't get why people liked it. And then I just find out, no. You just got a really bad first game. Play Final Fantasy 7 as your first one. Play Final Fantasy 9 as your first one. 9 or 8. Which ones has Squall? I don't know. But like, basically any Final Fantasy 8, not 9. I'm picturing 9 right now, and yeah, Final Fantasy 8. But like, I chose poorly. To reference Indiana Jones, I chose poorly. What are you thinking? Oh, I just realized you're in front of me. It was my first ever Final Fantasy game, and I hated it. And, yeah. But the good thing is,
there's the E-Tower.
Final Fantasy 14, I played a bit of, but I'm not like an MMO person. So it was fun, but I wouldn't be like, this is the best. Oh.
It won't belong to Victor for long. Come on.
I wasn't gonna be like, this is the best game ever. What I am looking forward to, I honestly am. What I am honestly looking forward to is Final Fantasy 15, and not because it's like, oh, it's the first new Final Fantasy game that shows up that you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play this. It's because, and I can tell you the exact reason why I'm excited for it. It's because it took the gameplay elements from Kingdom Hearts rather than the turn base of the previous the kind of sort of turn base of the previous Final Fantasy games. It took the real-time combat and it threw that in. And I'm immediately that makes the game more interesting to me than like, I love Pokemon, but I don't want every game to be Pokemon. I don't want that. I'm not a huge fan of the whole idea of like, you're basically playing a turn-based game. You're basically, I always just imagine, you're basically playing a card game. You're basically playing a card game, and whoever plays better wins. And I've never been like a huge fan of that. I like the idea, but I'm not a huge fan of it. But if you throw a
There's the
world
E-tower.
like the
How do we
ones that
get
Square
there?
Enix can make for Final Fantasy,
Through the Warren. You mean the Eterna
and
refinery?
you add the Kingdom Hearts gameplay, which Kingdom Hearts already is one of my
it won't belong
favorite
to
games of all
Victor for
time,
long.
and I think the gameplay
Come
is
on.
so smooth, even for like 2000 and 2005 standards. Even for now standards, I think the gameplay is so smooth. I love it. There's no I don't it's not clunky. I like that idea. Also, Kingdom Hearts 3. When are you gonna be a thing? When are you gonna be a thing? I've been waiting 10 years. I've been waiting more at this point. I've been waiting more than 10 years. We beat up Cypher when he told us to. Hashtag National Beat Up Cypher Day. He said come back in 10 years. Come back in 10 years when you're ready to fight or something like that. And everyone did on one day. Everybody showed up, beat Cypher up, and nothing happened. You just beat Cypher up again, and then you're just like, yeah, no. Square Enix is like, yeah, no, we're making it. We're making the game that we announced in 2013 that you have been waiting at that point for 8 years. We're still making it. Good job, though. Good job beating up Cypher. Good job beating up Slifer the Sky Dragon. Do you mind? I'm trying to run. But yeah, I'm
Up there. That must be the entrance.
where the objective mark is? I would assume that's the entrance. See the map for more information. I may just do that. Wait, how do I see the map? Oh, there. This is a big place. Now, where do we go? Hold on, I can figure this out. But yeah, my first ever Final Fantasy game was Final Fantasy 13. And, yeah, I have played the beginning of Final Fantasy 7, but
Open up.
I was doing, it's the kind of, whoa, it's a lot of stuff. Final Fantasy is like Kingdom Hearts. It's the kind of game where it's like, you shouldn't be doing really anything else while you're playing it. You should be focusing on it. And, I just couldn't do that. I'm like, I can't focus right now. I'm doing other stuff. So, that's fine. And I will one day, what am I gonna play Wednesdays? You're getting Final Fantasy 7. You're gonna, that's what's gonna happen. On what I'm gonna play Wednesdays, Final Fantasy 7 will show up. So will Final Fantasy 8 with Squall and Cypher. That's gonna show up.
Come on, Duncan.
Yeah, Duncan. Activate this thing. Okay. Thank you. Oh, and set time. Nice. But yeah, one day that will show up on the channel, and I will finally be able to say I have played.
The panic I was worried about? It's happening, Jewel. And it's bringing out the worst in us. It's like the final act of all those sci-fi movies we used to watch. Dust Devil's mutation rate has increased. It's changing too fast for the drugs to keep up. The mandate is starting to shut down facilities, and the staff members are all scrambling to make sure they've got seats on the evacuation ships. Jewel, when your team left Earth, you were heroes. But the mandate leadership, they're cowards. We're the ones who need to stand and fight, not run away. At least that's what I told them, right before they shut down my lab. So, I'm back home now. My garage, right where I started my core research in the first place. I'm going to do all I can to save the people who don't have a place on the ships. What kind of mad scientist would I be if I didn't?
Is that the end? Alright.
Number 10 and
I can speak over the violet one because you can't understand it. I keep thinking you're like, there are bits and pieces. It's like, oh, that's what they're saying, but I honestly don't know. But yeah, no, one day that'll be on the channel. Maybe even soon. I'm not even sure. Oh, okay. Insert core. What? Oh, you're not strong enough. Oh, I don't have enough prismatic cores. And that's the end of the episode. So tune in next time when we find more cores. Thank you all for watching. The sun is setting today, so I'll see you all on the horizon. Bye, guys. I love Violet.